I walked into the small cottage-like house in the middle of campus. It was weird to have a chapel on campus at all, but it was England, and I was just fulfilling a curiosity. Walking into the kitchen, I expected the priest to talk about bread being the body of Christ, or something. It had been a while since I'd been to church. But he didn't. His voice was soft as he laid out 4 ingredients: water, flour, yeast, and salt. His eyes were kind, and his presence was calming. As we made the bread, we talked of normal things, the difference between the American and English school system, and Brexit. I am not a religious person, and he didn't pressure me to be. At the end of the bread-making class, he handed me the recipe. On the back, there was simply a note. It said, "At first, teaching students to make bread was simply a way to encourage people to step into our small cottage. But soon I became aware of deeper reasons. The ecologist in me likes it because bread making puts people back in touch with real food. Our bread contains 4 ingredients: flour, water, salt, and yeast. Shop-bought bread will have over a dozen, sometimes as many as 20. The Marxist in me likes to put people back in touch with their creative powers. And finally, the priest in me likes it when they see the result. They leave their dough with me to rise and I bake it. When they nervously come back several hours later to a building filled with the smell of fresh bread, there's always a moment of surprise. I usually go something like this: "Wow, that's mine? That looks amazing." It's a moment of wonder. People's faces are transformed with pride, surprise, and delight. So here's the final reason I like bread making. As creators, those students and staff suddenly become so alive with joy looking at what they've made. And it occurs to me that if, as creators, we feel this way about bread, how much more proud, delighted, and enraptured must our Creator be when looking at us fragile, beautiful creatures. I am not a religious person, but that day I made some bread, and I understood.